Peace, family. It's your boy Gerald. It is the 21st. Let me fix this. The 21st of April 2020. How is everybody doing? Sun out front. Overcast. Well, clouds. Don't know what it wants to do. 1 minute it looks like it was going to downpour. Then it cleared. In the middle of it, we have a burst of wind shears coming through. And I'll take it. I'll take it. Because I've been feeling a certain kind of way. And you'll probably hear the shears, the wind as it passes by on the mic. But I really feel passionate enough to convey this to the intended heart and tender mind. I want you to take a second. Truly take a second. And think back where you were 6 months ago. I'll wait. Now, from that point, I want you to go back 5 years. So we're talking about 2015, April 21st. And look back at what was pivotal at that time. What was the accent points, the living constants that made your life, okay? I'll wait. Now, think back to all those things that were challenging during that time. I know you know what I'm talking about because you keep it in your back pocket. You keep it tucked in. You know, I've always said we tend to put things in our emotional backpack, but it's not until it gets heavy then we decide to open it up and survey what has value compared to what is bogging us down. Now, I would be remiss, family, not to convey. I hope that each and every one of you are well. I hope that your foundation that you hold dear, what is important to you right now, it's holding you well. You're fine. Because there's a reason for it all. And as I'm getting ready to allow these words to fall from my mouth, I'm watching the clouds come in. I think the one thing that's been evident through these last several weeks, almost a month now, the one thing that may have been alarming to some of you is with choice or by force, it has caused you to assess what is important. You know, I used to always say, you'll get to a point where you'll understand what's a need compared to what a want is, what has foundation compared to what is basically deemed emotional or impulsive. Look at what's been going on in your life. I know some of you may be feeling a certain kind of way because your phone ain't ringing like it should. The people that should have the same importance and energy that you give out freely. It's causing you to scratch your head now, isn't it? And I'm not saying this out of shape. Don't twist it. I'm not proverbially taking the emotional dagger and twisting it. I'm not. Far from it. What I'm trying to convey to each and every one of you, now more than ever, you better start loving on you. This does not mean you're being selfish. This means you are actually seeing your worth. You are actually seeing the reality of your investment. May it be financially, may it be materially, may it be emotionally. And if you're feeling a certain kind of way because it's not adding up, what you're actually seeing is spiritually, that's your balance coming into play. Proverbially kicking down the ego and the pride, the misconceptions and the perceptions that we as spiritual beings, we all embrace. Now, this does not give you a pass to allow yourself to be unbecoming. This does not give you ample energy to present yourself less than. No, I'm not. Don't get it twisted. See, what's at stake, family, you don't know is your best you is coming. Your best moments are going to be revealed. And everything that you have experienced will be validated, because those things are what make your wisdom through the emotional milestones known as your insight. Let me tell you something. I heard some validation today from producer, artist David Banner. He put out a little video while he was driving, and he shared a story about his life and his friendships. And I heard, as he was explaining them, a lot of the things that I've conveyed. And it's not about me, because the same narrative I know came from a good place, from Spirit, the Most High. And for all of you, you know, when you hear something repetitively, you know, these soup rules getting away, being conveyed to you, it's time for you to, don't dispel it. It's meant for you to get it. That is what you're going to need to get to the next level. So, what does this mean, Gerald? Why are you putting this out? Some of you don't realize that emotionally you have already been released from that said burden that you've been carrying a long time ago. But because of possibly inadequacies emotionally, you think the loyalty requires you to do the work for somebody else. No. You're doing yourself a disservice. That's why I make a point to tell each and every one of you, you are loved. You are unique in your own way. And because you are unique in your own way, you have a responsibility for this earthly realm to allow the world to see your natural gifts and talents. Because as long as you hold that within yourself, you are doing a disservice not only to yourself, but from those who may learn from it, those who may be inspired from it. All it takes is just one. Just one. How about the person in the mirror looking back? How about the person in the mirror that greets you every day, that knows your ambitions, that knows your desires, that knows how strong you are? That's you. That's you. Fam, let me tell you something. We may not know how long this pandemic is going to make front page news. We don't know. But what we do know, it is we are required to ensure that our mortality is together. That means the responsibility of being the best you, which means you do what is needed so that you can continue to carry that spiritual torch. If you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for the people that are going to come behind you, the people that are going to learn your story, the people that at one time or another will say, you know what? I'm glad I knew them. I'm glad I had an opportunity. I'm glad. So, if you're feeling a certain kind of way, just know you're loved. We got a beautiful summer coming. Please believe that. And I can't wait to get there, because everything is about divine timing, and it shall. And I can't wait to show you how beautiful your life is and what God has in store for you. But it starts with you. When you're going to kick that hubcap off, when you're going to drop that cinder block of pain, when are you going to let the real you that's found within you to be seen? Think about that caterpillar. If that caterpillar knew that it would have to go through all they had to do just to go behind the scenes so that it can soar, would it go through the journey to begin with? Now compare that to your life. I'm going to leave it on that note. And as always, you ain't got to take it from me. I know you're blessed because you hear me now. Peace.